Welcome to the Good Taste TV. Today we are going to prepare a whole chicken in the air fryer without a drop of oil. You are going to love this recipe, so you can't miss it. I let the ingredients written down here in the description of the video, and I am also going to name them as we make the recipe. We are going to need a chicken of 1 kilo and 200 grams, maximum 2 kilos, and we're going to brine this chicken in a solution we'll prepare shortly. For the brine, we are going to need 2 liters of water, and of these 2 liters of water, right now we are going to put half a liter of water in a small pot. When the water is already boiling, we are going to add between 6 to 10 cloves of garlic, 2 limes, or 2 split lemons, either into slices or into quarters. We are going to add salt, which is the main ingredient of this brine. It is recommended to use between 50 to 100 grams of salt per liter of water. You are going to add 50 grams if you are going to leave it in the brine for about 20 hours, maximum 24 hours. But if you leave it for less than 8 hours, I recommend that you add 100 grams of salt per liter of water. I'm going to leave this chicken almost 24 hours, so I'm going to put 50 grams, which is equivalent to about 3 tablespoons of salt. 3 tablespoons per liter. And since there are 2 liters of water, 6 tablespoons of salt correspond. Be careful, spoons not teaspoons. Don't worry, because there will not be excess salt left. The excess salt remains in the water. Optional, you can add sugar to the brine. You add the same amount of sugar as salt. I'm going to put only a little 3 tablespoons of sugar. Since the sugar gives it a nice golden color, and since we are not using oil or butter, this is going to be like the trick that I am going to be using. But if you are diabetic, or you simply don't want to add sugar, skip it, and nothing happens because the flavor is just as delicious. Since we have added these ingredients, we are going to let it boil for 8 to 10 minutes over low heat so that the flavors of the garlic and lime transfer to the water. You can also put herbs here, whole black pepper. This is going to give it even more flavor. I am doing it the basic way, because later we are going to season with natural herbs and spices. You will see this chicken is going to be finger-licking good. Since the water was boiling for 8 to 10 minutes, we are going to put it in a container, large enough to fit the 2 liters of water and also the chicken. There we are going to leave the garlic and also the lime, because here this will continue to give flavor. We add the remaining liter and a half of water and let it cool completely. When it's cold, we're going to introduce the chicken. The chicken must be completely covered by the brine. We are going to cover it very well, and we are going to put it in the refrigerator for a minimum of 6 hours. A maximum of 24 hours. 2 little things. Put a plate or a tray under this container in case some of this water falls. It won't make a mess in the refrigerator. And second, put this in the lowest part of the refrigerator, since if it falls, this is not going to cross-contaminate it with your other foods. The rest time has passed, my friends. The chicken was in the refrigerator for 21 hours. Let's drain this water. We don't need to dry. We just drain it and transfer it to a tray. And now, yes, let's season it in a small dish. We are going to add a teaspoon of dried thyme, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of dried rosemary, 2 teaspoons of paprika or sweet pepper, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. We mixed these spices very well. And since we are not using oil or butter, we are going to sprinkle all over the chicken, massaging with our hands so that it sticks very well. The idea of this video is not to use oil, but if you want to use oil, you can add about 100 milliliters of oil to these spices, and it is much easier. Spread it over the chicken, and the color is also much prettier. Of course, my friends, the flavor will be just as delicious with or without oil. I like to put half an onion, a few pieces of carrot, and a few pieces of celery inside the chicken. These 3 ingredients will also give juiciness, aroma, and flavor to the chick. And finally, I cover the wings with aluminum so they don't burn. We already have the chicken ready to cook. Let's preheat the air fryer. I show you here the fryer I have is an OBH Nordic. I have had it for almost 2 years. and with a capacity of 4.2 liters. I'm delighted. I have no problems with it. It is easy to clean, and I also clean it every time I use it, so it stays nice and lasts for a long time. This one has a removable grid, which also makes it easy to clean, and you can now clean the bottom without any problem. It also has the holes here where excess air goes. And there is no problem with the juices that the chicken releases because it is high enough so that they are not going to come out. Well, now we are going to preheat this for 15 minutes to 150 degrees Celsius. And now it is already preheated, we are going to introduce the chicken very carefully. Look, this 1.5 kilos chicken fits perfectly. We are going to introduce the basket again, and we are going to cook for 40 minutes at 140 degrees Celsius. We are going to give it a slow but safe cook. After 40 minutes, this is how the chicken goes. Look at the color it has in the part above. It has a little bit more golden, but nothing happens because it's time to turn it over so that it cooks on the other side. We put it back in the fryer. We are going to cook another 40 minutes at 140 degrees Celsius again. The other 40 minutes have passed, and the chicken is completely ready. Cooked, look at the beautiful color it has. I recommend you to check with a thermometer, and it has to read 74 to 75 degrees Celsius. That's the safe temperature for chicken, where it's well cooked, juicy, and perfectly edible. We're going to remove the aluminum from the wings. And look, here I broke a wing, which doesn't matter, because we're going to eat it too. This is how the chick turned out. It smells delicious. It looks very nice since we have not used oil, and the color is still great. It is very juicy, and so that you can see that I am not lying, we are going to cut it. The secret to why the chicken turned out like this, tender, juicy, delicious, is in the brine and that we have cooked at low temperature. My friends, I hope you liked this recipe as much as I did. Really, if you have an air fryer, you have to do it. It can also be made with any type of piece of chicken, and the result is phenomenal. A juicy chicken with a lot of flavor and a great aroma. Thank you for being in the Good Taste TV today. If you liked this video, leave your like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to activate the notification bell, and we'll see you in another video. Goodbye.